This is episode 6.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Episode 6.
This may be the last one.
Why?
I'm running out of steam.
Chris is
Really?
running out of it.
Kidding.
Oh.
He doesn't want to do this anymore.
I mean, to be fair, I do the most work.
No, you're right. That's why we're going to bring in lunch this week.
I mean, I set it up, I break it down, I edit it, I upload it.
I was thinking that, though. Like, we sit here and he takes it down. We're going to have this week.
No. It's fine.
No.
I enjoy it.
But that's rude that
But
we're
I
like
wouldn't-
sitting here and you're taking things down.
You
we
guys are
think
the
we're
stars.
like Regis and Kathy.
You're the stars. People don't
Although-
listen for me. They listen
No,
for
but
you.
Mom said that you talk a lot recently.
Oh, I talk too much?
Well,
You're
I'll
trying
talk
to.
less.
she said
Steal
last time
our-
at one point I was like not involved.
I don't
Well-
think that's true.
No,
You
that's
were
fine.
involved.
All right, I'll talk
No,
less.
no.
I'm not even here.
This is just Mom.
I'll just set it up, tear it down, put it up, make
I
you
like
money.
what you bring.
We'll just
I like what you
deposit it,
bring.
and
You know
I'll
you're my
just
favorite.
Go myself.
Okay.
This won't be in. Okay.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Middle Aging Podcast. This is episode 6, live from my house. Hey, everyone.
Woohoo.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Thanks.
Happy episode 6.
Happy episode 6. Happy
Yeah.
to be here.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Is
No,
it?
no.
Not yet.
No, not yet.
A couple weeks. But I got
this
my
month.
nails done.
Oh.
They're green.
They really.
And you're wearing green. Is that green?
No, it's blue.
Oh. All right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not a
Couple
green
weeks.
shirt. Blue shirt. Couple weeks till St. Patrick's Day.
All right.
So now that we got that out of the way,
That's it.
that's it.
See you
good night,
later.
folks. See ya. Bye.
I think we say that at the start of every episode.
Yeah, we kind of set ourselves like a low bar, and then the
Yeah.
only way to go is to the
Well,
top.
last episode was very argumentative.
People liked it.
Yeah, people liked it.
You heard good things? People
Yeah.
don't talk to me.
I heard good things.
I guess people like us fighting.
Well, I
Conflict.
think it creates not conflict with a purposeful conflict.
Okay.
You know, I think that is interesting to listen to. If I mean, it's just people talking about like how to make a sandwich, that's boring. But if you actually have like real emotions and real conversations, that's compelling. So we should probably keep going with that.
Good conversation.
Yeah, let's not go backwards. Well, last time, the questions from one of our audience members kind of triggered that conversation. So I think we're going to do the same thing.
Triggered
this
you
week.
both,
Yeah,
in a way.
it did.
Jason triggered me.
Well, it was
Yeah.
intriguing.
There was a couple times there I thought it was going to go
South,
too far,
too far.
tip it over.
But
we
it
did.
didn't.
No.
We
No,
came back.
We never take it too far.
I don't know if that's true.
Okay.
So why don't we keep going? So
Okay.
welcome everyone. Episode 6. We're going to continue to be taking questions from the audience. So who has it? Chris?
Do I have it? I don't have it.
All right.
Remember when
well,
you were saying earlier how much you do?
Wait, but there was one question
From
about holidays.
Okay,
So
I
I think we
remember.
can do that one.
Okay.
My phone is
Yeah.
recording the camera.
No, but
can't.
I remember the
Thanks.
question.
Pull
I'm gonna
your
paraphrase.
phone out.
It's fine.
I'm going to paraphrase.
Go ahead.
It was essentially like talk about how holidays have changed in our, I guess, larger family.
In what way?
Well,
Why?
As we got
Like
older.
back in the day, we would all go to be living closer, go to grandma and grandpa's. So you would see aunts, uncles, cousins for Christmas, Thanksgiving, at least part of the day. Right? You know what is that meal called? Dessert.
Coffee.
Yeah. But like now, I can't remember the last holiday.
We actually had a whole group holiday. Is that
More
what you're
than
saying?
just immediate.
Oh, I think COVID's affected
Well,
that a
that's
bit.
the last
Well, yeah.
year. But even before then.
I think part of that reason is, you know, before our grandparents were kind of the home base. And
Well, yeah.
now it's kind of like someone has to volunteer to be the home base. And sometimes that's not always convenient for everyone.
And I feel like each family, once grandparents pass away, then the siblings, like mom, and they become the home base for their family. You know?
Yeah.
Like, not that you don't want to see your siblings for holidays, but you really want to make sure you see your parents.
Yeah.
And once that's gone, then I think it's harder.
It definitely takes work.
Yeah. But it is a little sad, right? Not to have these giant, with Dad's family, we had Thanksgiving, I don't know, maybe 5-6 years ago. Remember at my condo, it was like 22 people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our one cousin ate all that corn.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, the mashed
all of it.
potatoes.
The mashed potatoes.
She forgot. She didn't know that was all.
Yeah,
Like, it went to 4 people.
She thought that was like her
That was
helping.
it. Yeah.
That's a lot of
If
potatoes.
you're listening, you know who you,
You know
are.
who
Yeah,
you
know
are.
who you are, cousin.
But, that's always fun.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it is hard because people have kids and you want to spend Christmas at your house.
Well, right.
Santa,
And the traveling. A lot of
Yeah.
our family, we have family in Connecticut. We have family in upstate New York. We have family in Long Island. So, for us to offer to host it,
They're
or
on
like
Long Island.
mom and
They're not
dad.
in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or mom and dad to host it, that would then require them to travel.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't want to do that.
And mom doesn't like to, she likes to host.
Yes.
She's even told us she's hosting until
She's dead.
she's dead or she is no longer able.
Right.
To. Yeah.
It's kind of a control thing with
Yeah.
her.
We put
But-
her in a home.
Right.
But she does it exceptionally. So,
Yeah. Well, she's been doing it for a long time.
yeah.
Her
When they were
turkey
in
could be
Minnesota,
better.
though, I did Thanksgiving.
Yeah. You did.
So it was good.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
lovely. You
Yeah.
did a lot of lovely job with it. You were
So-
meaner than mom, but
Well-
it was, well,
Okay. Well, here we go. No.
She's boss here.
No, here's why. The last, like when you take the turkey out and you put everything else in, it all culminates in like the last 30 minutes,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
So some people, other siblings, would get there a couple hours early, You always came right in that pivotal 30 minutes and then would be like, oh, I'm going to get a wine glass. I'm going to do Are you okay? Michelle, do you need help? You look sad.
is that bad to do
No,
that?
but at
Like to
that
ask if you needed
moment-
help, that was rude?
No, but at that moment, it's like, just get out of the kitchen.
Ah,
That's it.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
I wasn't there.
No. You were in
never?
Alabama. No,
wasn't, no.
he wasn't here.
Oh.
He was living in Alabama.
Georgia.
What did-
Georgia.
What did you do
I probably went to Minnesota.
for Thanksgiving?
Probably.
Oh.
If I had to pick between my parents and you, parents.
Yeah, that's fair.
Wah, wah.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
We'll remember that.
So anyway, I think it would be great to have some kind of, but maybe not holiday, but just once all
Like
of
a
this
family
is over,
reunion.
a nice,
Yeah.
family
We'd have
reunion.
to form an alliance.
Why?
We'd have to make a treaty with someone.
Who?
Common ground.
Oh,
Who's
like,
going where?
Yeah, that's true.
But see, I'm going to be selfish and say I want it to be both sides of our family.
Yeah, that's what I was
So-
thinking.
But I think geographically, Maryland is where most people are based.
Is it?
And then, us, cousins. And then you have people a little bit farther south in North Carolina can
Yeah.
come here.
Yeah.
New
It might
York,
be an easier trip
Connecticut.
for them as opposed to New York.
Yeah. So
Okay.
if you're listening and you're related to me,
It's coming.
it's coming.
Come to
coming.
Michelle's house.
No, not my house.
We're
It's
going to
too small.
have a Michelle
But-
Palooza.
Well, I don't
No,
think
it
has to
shouldn't be
called
your
that.
place. There's not enough room.
No,
We'd
I
have
know.
to rent something
We
out.
can, yeah.
Like a hall.
Get a giant Airbnb for like 100 people.
Well, actually, to kind of go off of that, we kind of did something recently when we got the beach house,
Yep, that's true.
and that was fun with our
with our
father's side of the
We didn't
family
know
and
how
their
that was going to
children.
go, right?
No, but it was a lot of fun.
A lot of fun. A lot of fun.
It's weird if you just mix alcohol with any
Yeah, I know.
situation. It
It
seems
gets
to
a lot better. Well, the house was also amazing.
Well, yeah.
good house.
Outdoor
house.
shower, awesome.
Oh, life changing.
That was a life.
That was a nice outdoor shower.
I love. Did you use it?
Yeah.
Did you use it like the way you were supposed to use it?
For a shower?
I mean, like, did you like use it to like take a shower? Or did you like use it to rinse off the ocean?
No, I took one shower.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
good.
it's nice.
But
good
mostly
time.
I just used it to
Next house, we need a bidet
take off the bathing suit.
to
And,
really come full circle.
Outside?
Sure.
I don't know about that.
outside.
An
but
outside bidet.
enclosed.
Right.
No,
I'm
out
not
in the
just
pot,
sitting on
like
the
out
beach
in the
on a
middle of the
bidet.
yard. What?
But that's like an outhouse. No. Nope. We at the bungalow, we used to use the outhouse.
Oh, that was actually my first experience with an outdoor shower. This at the beach, taking a shower outside at the beach is a much different experience than taking a
Well,
shower outside in
all
the
right.
middle
Spend
of
most
the
of your
woods.
time in that shower.
I did.
Yeah, but let's talk about that.
I loved it. Huh?
So the other outdoor shower. So
In the woods.
my mom's great uncle, Uncle Eddie, he had a bungalow which was a couple hours, I guess, north of the city
It was
when
like
they were
the
living
middle
in
of
New
the
York.
woods. It felt very isolated.
It was called Yankee Lake,
Yeah.
and it was like
It was like Friday the 13th.
you would get
It's
to a
like
point where you would just be on a dirt road.
Yeah.
Like that's where it was. And so it
Camp
was
Crystal Lake.
It was
That's
like
what it was like.
pretty big all woods property.
Uh-huh.
And it wasn't, I mean, it was a good sized house, but very rustic. Deer heads.
Deer heads
You
on
know,
the walls. Yeah.
There was like a porch that was enclosed. People loved to sleep on the porch.
I don't know if that's true. I never was on.
No,
I was
no, no.
terrified most of the time.
But there was a bathroom inside, just a toilet sink.
Right.
But then you had an outhouse, which was, until the bathroom was built, the only bathroom.
Right.
Now, they made it look nice. I will say that. There was
Yeah.
carpet. They put like a frilly toilet seat cover. I mean, it did have a toilet seat. But it was essentially a hole in the ground.
Yeah.
So I have a problem with outside bathrooms, porta potties, outhouses, anything like that.
Right.
But then the shower was an outside shower. That was me. I hit the thing.
I thought it was kind of like the gong of a clock. It was like
I didn't see anyone hit it.
Right
So-
here.
it was
But you used to have to, I remember grandma, mom, whoever would heat the water in the house on
I
the
don't
stove.
remember that.
Jeez.
And then you'd have to pour it into the shower to then use the shower.
Oh.
This was in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think you had to, like, I don't know if it was one shower. You could get a couple showers out of this. But you would walk outside, and from an early age, I knew this nature was not my thing. Because even in the shower, there'd be like dirt. I mean, there was a
What the?
solid ground.
Yeah.
But like, there was like a leaf, It was
One
outside.
One
leaf.
leaf. That did it.
That did it.
I don't know.
No. Well, the shower at the beach was.
But that,
it was wood and
Yeah,
it
it
was
was on a deck.
nice.
There was no
But-
sand or
yeah,
leaves.
no sand.
no, but I mean, looking back, I'm like, it was probably, to maybe be older to go there was probably cool. I mean, mom always went there for summers.
Yeah.
And I feel like it was like they would build fires at night. I mean, I think
I
it'd be
remember
really
the
cool.
fires. Yeah.
Yeah.
It
And then
sounds
you would
very
go to the lake.
hillbillish,
It was.
which is interesting because you never think about New York like
Well, yeah.
hillbillies, redneck, but they're
A
there.
lot of people, when they think of New York, they think of Manhattan, but the majority of New York is actually forests and stuff.
hillbillies.
Not hillbillies, just like wilderness.
Yeah.
But I remember down at like the end of the driveway, which wasn't a driveway, it was essentially grass. There was like a garage.
Yeah.
And he used to be like, let's go into the garage, Uncle Eddie. And there's a lot of stuff in there. It was,
Yeah.
I mean, I
Dead
loved
bodies.
Uncle Eddie, so I felt safe.
Right. Yeah. It wasn't my favorite place to go. During the day, it was my favorite place, but at night, it would get really creepy because you were essentially in the woods.
Ooh. We've
What?
been watching a lot of ghost shows lately.
Oh, really?
Really
Why are
getting
you
into it.
watching more ghost shows now? That seems like.
I used to watch them all the time,
Uh-huh.
and now that Mom gave us access to Discovery, I've been watching them a lot more.
You
But-
like them?
Yeah, I like them. I like them a lot. Creeps me out. It's weird stuff.
Well, we've talked about this,
I
but
found something.
you found something?
Uh huh.
What?
I was gonna bring it up at dinner.
What?
I found a place in New York where you can rent out
Oh my god!
for the night,
I'll
4
die.
hours, 10-person party
4 hours.
in an insane asylum.
Done. I would.
Where is
love
it?
To
Like-
do that.
Let me try and look it up.
I would love to do that. And we should actually record. We should do. Maybe not necessarily the middle aging podcast, but just a like special
I mean,
one.
I think that would get a lot of views. Have you ever seen me
But
scared?
do it live. Like that should be like a live stream.
Yeah,
'Cause-
it's the Rolling Hills Asylum in East Bethany, New York.
Okay. Is that Long Island?
I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, you can rent it for the night. During the winter, the hours are 7 to 11. In the summer, you can rent it from like 11 p.m. to 3 a.m.
Oh my god.
It's $500.
That's
Total.
Yeah, 2 to 10 people. So
And
it's just you.
so
Bring
it's
your
an,
own equipment,
it's
whatever
an
you
insane
want.
asylum. Is it been noted to be haunted or
I would assume so. They have like tours and stuff.
interesting?
I mean, in an asylum, one would think people passed away in there.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
So there you
Negative
go,
energy.
listeners. If that's something you'd want us,
Oh, I
come
don't
along.
like the looks of it.
I
Oh,
mean,
you're
I'd
looking
like
it
to
up?
do it whether our listeners want to listen to us or not.
I've
but
always
that could
wanted
be
to do
fun.
it.
Love it.
I've always wanted to do that.
So have I.
Do you believe in ghosts?
Yes,
Look at this.
I would
That's
die.
in there. A bed. Like a
There is a bed.
crazy person bed.
A crazy person. Okay. Yes, I believe in ghosts.
Michelle?
Yeah. No, I believe in ghosts. And I also like things like this, but I hate to, don't do well when I'm scared. Like when I watch scary shows, I don't think I get scared. Like I don't have trouble sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
But as we know, we were watching a video game once and
Oh yeah.
Chris was playing it and things jump out and
You kept banging your
I
head
kept
again.
banging my head against the wall accidentally.
Well, jump scares get you.
Yeah. And I tend to curse a lot when I
Yeah,
get scared.
you
So,
do.
but no,
I
I'd be
love
up
being
for it.
scared.
I
Yeah,
would.
that adrenaline. Yeah.
It wouldn't be great for me, but
And that's kind
I'd
of
go.
it's kind of interesting that you bring that up because from a very young age until maybe 16 or 17, I was terrified of scary movies. Like I hated
Oh no, it's
anything
North New York. Okay.
scary.
It's like 5 hours away.
I was terrified of it. And then I saw Scream and everything changed. And then I became like obsessed with scary movies. And I still am. I love being scared.
See, I like scary movies, but I like more real stuff, like documentaries or like TV, like mysteries.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that stuff
more
is good.
than like a. Well, I guess the type of the movie is
Yeah.
different.
The problem with scary movies is your imagination is always scarier than what it actually is.
Until you finally see what's hunting
And they
you,
always
then it's
sometimes when they
usually scary.
show it, it's not as good as you want it to be. Yeah.
A recent movie, though, that I watched where I really thought that it was a frightening entity that really kind of matched my imagination was The Nun. Did you
Wow.
ever see The Nun?
Yeah.
I always saw that together.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a scary.
That was scary. Like,
I think
she was an
they're inherently
ugly-looking nun.
scary anyway.
Huh?
Like a nun is
Nuns.
inherently scary.
Especially when she's floating down
full
the
habit-
hallway.
Yeah.
Well, you both have had experiences with nuns.
Yeah. But we had good nuns.
I
mean,
don't know if we had good nuns. Sister Pat was
no,
not a good
okay.
nun.
But like Sister Margaret, she
Sister
was
Margaret
in full
was lovely.
habit. She was
Sis-
very
yeah.
nice.
Sister Pat, where you at?
No, but
No, she was
and we
crazy.
had a mom. Well, Grandpa's sister was a nun.
Yeah, she was nice.
Yeah, but I'm saying like there's something to be said about the like an older nun that is fully dressed and like her habit and dress. It's
Scary?
not scary, but like you're kind of like, ooh, I don't want to mess with them.
I
So
think
then
in
you
that
give it
case,
like a crazy
it's
face.
one of those archetypes where if you make it scary, it makes it worse. Like normally a nun would not be considered a scary
yeah.
archetype, but the minute you like put like a weird looking nun, it becomes that much scarier.
Well, and it could be, obviously we were brought up Catholic, so
Right.
But some of that stuff, like if you go into a church,
yeah.
but if you go into a church at night when it's pitch black, there's something.
Was-
I
Same
don't
thing with
even
the
know if it's at
graveyard.
night. If
Well,
I've been into a
grave-
church,
Yeah,
What?
graveyard.
Yeah, but if you go into the graveyard during the day, you can't. I don't honestly feel scared.
Yeah.
I mean, what's scary about a graveyard? I
all
mean,
the dead bodies around?
yeah,
you.
but they're not like getting up and like eating your flesh. I mean, the church
not
isn't
doing that at
scary
night
during the
either.
day, but the minute the lights go out, suddenly the shadows change.
well, I
the
was going to
feeling of
say,
where you
I
are.
think I've been in a church even during the day, but all the lights are not on. And even then, it's kind of like, oh, should I
Well,
be in here? Like,
yeah, churches can be kind of gothic and
yeah.
that feeling.
Especially like, yeah, an older church with
Yeah.
all that
Well,
Jazz.
weren't like old churches supposed to were made to kind of be like ominous? Like it's supposed to like make you feel a certain way.
Well, I mean, a lot were built in that Gothic,
Right.
so very sharp lines and
Yeah.
very ornate.
Yeah.
Churches now are very different. I don't think I'd be
They're
as
more
scared.
modernized. Yeah.
Yeah, they're now like, I'm scared when the lights are on because they're not pretty.
Yeah. Oh,
Not when the lights are
They just
like
look
how
like
they're designed.
gymnasiums.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I like the old. A lot of stained glass, a lot of gold, you know.
They force you to feel guilty because they're like so large. I think that's true. I find that to be true.
Did we have any other questions?
Not from last week.
No,
I
not
don't know
from
if we
last
got any
week.
new ones.
Yeah.
No?
No new ones.
I didn't
Okay.
get any.
You had mentioned last time that you had some things you wanted to talk to us
I
about that we
did.
never got to because of the questions from last week.
I did. So I found an article, the 6 biggest fears of middle age. So I thought it'd be fun to talk about.
Is one of them nuns?
No.
Okay.
Is one of them demon nuns? Because we've
Outhouses?
already covered that.
So survey asked around 50 people between the age of 35 and 60.
Is 35 middle aging? Okay.
It's headed.
I guess,
mean,
yeah.
if you live to 70, yes.
Oh, I guess that's true.
There you go.
So the number one is not living life fully. That was the
We
clear
just
winner.
talked about this in the car.
Did we?
Well, we talked about basically living a balanced life and not
Yeah.
living within moderation, but not necessarily cheating yourself from things.
I feel like that's what leads to a midlife crisis, going back to early episodes. Like,
Not wasting time.
yeah.
yeah,
Do you fear that?
not living a full life.
Yeah.
No, not anymore. I mean, I might have. I feel like our society kind of puts undue pressure on different things for men and different things for women. But I feel like one of the misconceptions is that to actually live a full life, you need to have like a child and stuff.
Oh.
So I can't say that before I had a child, I didn't allow that to come into my psyche and stuff like that. But I don't think that's right. I think you can live a very full life with or without a child. I just feel like it's one of those things where you get it in your head that like there's a timeline, and if you don't do the same timeline that somebody else does, then you're not doing it right. And I
gotcha.
don't think that's right. I think it's your life, it's your timeline. So when you're meant to do certain things is when you're going to do them.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Comparison is the thief of joy, isn't it?
Oh, okay.
Is that real? Did I make that up?
It sounds good. Let's
that sounds
quote it.
very
What the hell
deep.
you're
Put it
I
on
don't
a
think that's
shirt.
right.
Thief of
Comparison
joy.
is the thief of joy.
Well, that's true. You shouldn't compare yourself.
No.
And I don't think I feel that way. I mean, I think there's things. I don't know how to say it necessarily, but like, I want to be able to do some things that I haven't done yet, and so it's kind of like, let's do that. You know, like even with my business and stuff like
Sure.
that. But so you're kind of like, well, I'm not young anymore, so I will I
Right.
be able to do that?
Right.
But obviously, there's factors, money, things like that
Yeah.
play into that. So, But I don't think I ever worry too much.
And I guess it depends what your definition is of a full life. I mean,
Well, that's true.
you know, it's like the difference between being alone and lonely. You know, there are people that like to be alone. That doesn't necessarily mean they're lonely people.
And I think now it's hard because you have so much social media. What's on? Is my hair sticking up?
Sorry, it surprised me. I didn't mean to take away from what you were saying. It's just, it was like a
Social media. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's
So-
on display
Oh,
at all
God.
times.
But I
Yeah.
feel like when people, I mean, I don't know. This is how I feel.
Go.
But when you really post a lot all the time, you're really somewhat masking some issues, right?
Oh.
Or insecurities.
Yeah.
Maybe not issues, but like it's one thing if it's someone's birthday and you want to post, or, you know, here's a cute picture of my kid, but like there are people that just post so much. It's just like, I don't want to say nobody cares, but like, what are you trying to prove?
Social media is kind of a double-edged sword because it's like you go someplace or you go and have an experience and you're like, I want to show people what I'm seeing, but then you have to question, well, why? Like, there's a picture on the internet or something of all of these people. It looks like they're at a parade.
Uh-huh.
And they all have their phones out and they're recording it. And then in the front is this little old lady who's not recording it. She's just watching it. And it kind of goes hand in hand with, again, I think there was a study done that says that the human race's memory is becoming worse because instead of experiencing things, you're recording it and your mind is not allowed. It's almost like it's not like downloading the information the same way it used to because you're recording it.
Yeah.
And how many times do you go to like a concert and people are like recording the concert? It's like, can't you just watch the concert?
Yeah.
Like, what are you recording it for?
And I feel like it's bad for kids because they're seeing all these memories they don't really remember.
They don't
but they're
really
like,
remember.
oh, yeah, I remember that. And
Yeah.
it's like, you were 3. No, you don't.
Right.
But they have that physical picture.
And I would say kind of the big question is, here's another part of it. I don't understand. And again, I'm not finding fault with people who do it. I'm just saying I don't understand why you need to post when you're working out or after you're working out. It doesn't.
Well,
Unless
that
that's your
accountability?
business.
Or no? You want
Yeah.
that positive
yeah.
to keep going.
Maybe.
Maybe
Yeah.
that's
That
it.
makes no sense. to
Some
me.
people need that, though. Some
No,
people
and
want
like
that.
I said,
Oh, you're looking great.
It doesn't make enough sense to me. For me, working out is a
Yeah.
very private thing.
Yeah.
I don't need to post like.
But maybe people feel accomplished. They like to share their accomplishment.
Okay, but
I'm not saying I agree. I like
Who
to play
cares?
the opposite
like,
side.
just
push back.
right.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
But here's
Just
my
work
thing.
out.
Yeah.
Isn't working out for yourself enough?
And I think the problem with social media is 20 years ago, you might think your next door neighbor has a better life than you. You
Right.
might think that, but you don't know. Maybe you go in their house, you think their house is better. But now you can get so inside your head saying like,
It's really
oh,
easy.
look at them. Look at what they have. Look at what they're doing. Look
Right.
at what this wedding planning business is doing.
Right.
Ugh, they're so much better, you know? Because I say that, like, oh, they're married, so she doesn't have to work a full-time job because,
Right.
you know,
Right.
she can devote more time. But it's like, yeah, but you don't know what's going on
No.
underneath the surface.
Well,
you know?
comparison is the thief of joy.
Well, yeah. So I
you
think
could be
that's
living
terrible now.
Yeah, you could be living your
Yeah.
best life.
Yeah.
But the minute you see somebody post something, suddenly you start to question, you know, am I doing it right or am not? And that's just not the way to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's an everyday thing. I think everyone deals with that sort of insecurity of, oh, if look at them, maybe I'm wrong, maybe it's not, and that's all bullshit. I mean, you just gotta.
Yeah.
It's a gross emotion to feel that.
Yeah.
It's a form of jealousy.
But it's hard not to.
It's
with
hard not to,
nowadays.
like
but-
instinctually feel it, but I have discovered something
okay.
that has helped me deal with it over the years. And I always found that when you start to feel that gross emotion, it's gross.
Mm-hmm.
Just start to list the things in your head that you have. And sooner or later you'll like, not, I don't want to say within seconds, but you'll start to talk yourself out of it. Because you're comparing your business to other businesses. However, have you already paid yourself from your business?
Yes.
Your business is already making a profit.
Yeah.
A lot of businesses aren't. A
No,
lot
I
of
know.
businesses, especially in this day and age, are just keeping the lights on.
Yeah.
So, yes, that social media post might seem like that business is thriving, but
Yeah.
they might not be. Meanwhile, you're only accountable to yourself. So every success you have is your success.
No, that's true.
Don't cry.
I'm not going to cry. But my thing is, yeah, but it would be so much better if I could devote 100% of my time, because
Yeah.
then my business would be really good.
Yeah.
But
I also
don't wanna
there's
be a hobo, so
There's
I
no
have to work.
rush. I mean,
well,
I know
there is a rush. I'll be dead eventually.
Yeah, but
so.
I mean, if you think about
I
it,
mean, I'm not a spring chicken
no,
chicken
but look
anymore.
at how much has happened in the amount of time that it's happened in. I mean,
Yeah.
you don't know what's going to happen next year. You
No,
know,
no, I
the
know,
year
I
after
know.
that, something might happen. You might get a bigger client, and suddenly now you are taking off.
Yeah.
I mean, we've all witnessed that life can change
Yeah.
drastically in an instant. So why not believe that it's going to change drastically? I mean, work hard, do your best, and hope and
No,
have
I
faith.
know. I know. And again, I'm not one to. It's always fleeting. Like, oh, look at that. But
No.
you know,
The key is to enjoy the ride and
That's
do
true.
things that bring you joy.
that's true.
Because happiness,
You bring me joy,
there's
Jay.
an end
You
to
too, Chris.
there's an end to happiness.
Yeah. There is.
Like
And-
the mindset that like I need to make this amount of money to be happy, or
Yeah.
I need this job to be happy.
Money
You'll
is
get
not
there,
happy.
You never.
and then
yeah.
what?
Yeah.
You always want something else.
Right.
And my thing is, I think we are lucky with our family, because I think hanging out with each other and brings us, I mean, happiness
Yeah.
most of the time, you know.
Yeah.
So we genuinely enjoy it. And I think that gives us so much of a leg up on a lot of other people.
Well, and I also think, to kind of go off of that whole thing, is it's really about your own self-care. Like, about the things you do for yourself to make you feel good about yourself, whether it's certain type of clothing you wear or like whatever.
Yeah.
And I think that there's a conversation that people should have with themselves about want and need. Like, do I have everything I need? Because if you have everything you need, you're okay.
Yeah.
You might not have everything you want, but you have everything you need. And for me, especially going through, like, losing everything,
Yep.
where all these things that you owned are now gone. The life that you knew is gone, and you're sleeping on a couch, or you have nothing. It's very easy to say, okay, my life is meaningless. I'm a loser. I'm this, I'm that. And at that moment, it's okay to feel that way. But think about it. Do you have everything you need? Because if you have everything you need, you're okay. You're going to get through it. You're going to eventually get to the things that you want.
And look, you did.
All you needed was Michelle.
No,
Well, it's funny.
it's nice
No.
and true.
Because if we are talking about that situation, the
Mm-hmm.
first night that I was at your house after
Uh-huh.
everything had happened, I was in your pull-out couch.
Well, because at the time,
Our
my
parents were staying
parents
there,
moved
so it was a
back
full
from
house. It was a
Minnesota,
full
so they
house.
were staying with me,
Right.
and you were there. It's a
This
small,
is a
not a big
one-bedroom
condo.
apartment.
One
Well,
bedroom,
a den.
one bedroom. Yeah. So I was
And,
in the
and Katie was there too.
yeah, Katie was there. I was in this pull-out couch, and I
Yeah.
was lying in bed, and I was thinking to myself that this was it. Like, there was going to be no more happiness, which is silly, but there's going to be no more happiness.
So you thought you were just going to be on my couch
that was
forever?
it. I thought, like,
Well, that
how
was
am I
not
ever?
true.
How am I ever going to? Not that I was always going to
No.
be on your couch, but how am I ever going to come back from this?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and for a couple weeks, sleeping on your couch was a very bad thing. Like, all I wanted to do was sleep. Like, I didn't want to, I wanted to fall asleep, and I'd be okay with not waking up again. Not that I wanted to hurt myself, but it was so nice just to go to bed and go to sleep, because then I didn't have to think about it anymore. I could just disappear. And then one night, I went to see a movie with Chris and Joe,
Rogue One?
Rogue One. And it was a night movie. It was like a midnight movie or whatever. And I came out, and it was freezing. Remember, it was like really cold.
Yeah. It was windy.
It was windy. It was cold. And I got in my car and I drove to your place and I parked and I ran inside and all of you were asleep because it was like 1 o'clock in the morning. And I didn't open the couch. I just laid on the couch and I took a shower and I went to bed. And I was so happy to be warm because it was so cold out. And at that moment, I started to be thankful that I had a couch to sleep on.
Okay.
So it was sort of like something really small triggered gratefulness. And, you know, it allowed me to get to the next thing. It allowed me to get to the next day.
That
And
Darth Vader seed made you feel
the
pretty
Darth
good
Vader
too.
seed
Maybe it
made me
was
feel
Rogue
okay.
One that made you better.
Maybe it was. But yeah, I always need and want. I think that's a good
Okay.
conversation to always have with yourselves. Because
Nice.
if you have what you need, then what you want will come.
There you go.
There you
Okay.
go.
What's the next one?
You're welcome for the therapy session.
Becoming, well, this plays into the social media aspect, becoming invisible or less worthy. Second biggest fear.
I don't think I could be invisible.
Wow.
I guess
No, I mean,
many
okay.
midlifers angst that they are not doing enough towards this. People are afraid of disappearing into the void.
okay. I don't think I ever felt that way.
I don't feel like me myself is disappearing into the void, but having a younger wife
Yeah.
and now having a child being 40, I do have some insecurity about being a good enough father to Grayson.
You're skipping ahead. The future of my kids is number 3.
Oh,
But she's younger, but I mean, not like 20 years.
no. I'm not saying that, but
10.
she's 32.
No, 8.
I mean, so she's 8 years younger than I am. And if I think of myself when I was 32, I mean, she's way more mature than I am. But
Oof.
yeah, oof. But I wonder, like right now, I can't honestly say like I feel like old. Like, you know, my son isn't exhausting me. I mean, he's exhausting because he's a baby, but you know, I don't feel like I can't keep going and everything like that. But I wonder if I'll be able to be as physically a part of his life.
But if you look at our family,
Yeah.
Dad and Caitlin, right? Caitlin's the youngest.
Yeah.
He was, I think, 40. He was
Yeah, he
40
was
when
40.
Katie was born. So same age. Do you think, I mean, Look
Dad
at
and I
them.
still go out and throw the ball
yeah.
around.
No, I know.
You
I
know,
know.
so-
and that's my own insecurity.
And, you know, you keep yourself in very good shape. Not that Dad
Why,
does,
thank
you know, but
you.
you know what I mean. So there's no reason to think, if you look at their relationship, even with Chris, Dad and Kate,
They
they,
wrestle once a week.
yeah, I mean,
Well, and again,
And
it's
so
that
that's the thing,
insecurity
yeah.
that kind of creeps in. You know, you think to yourself, oh, if only I would have had children earlier. But number one, thank God I didn't have
Yeah.
children earlier. And also, number two, that's just not the way it happened.
but do
So
you
it's
ever,
okay.
Dad, you know,
Well,
he
how
was
old was
38.
Dad when he had me?
38. So do you ever think like, oh, he's
There-
an old
there-
dad?
No, there was never a time where
You felt slighted.
He couldn't like go out and have a catch
Yeah,
or
yeah.
throw the football or anything physical. Where
Yeah. Now, if
I mean,
you
some
were,
days he'd be like, not today.
if you were
Yeah.
60, maybe, yeah.
Well, no. I mean, if everything works out the way I guess we hope, I mean, we do want 3. We'll see what happens. But if we do the time frame, which now that I'm saying it probably won't work out that way, but you know, the time frame of waiting a couple years and whatever. I mean, when I'm 60, I'll have a 20, an 18, and a 16-year-old
Yeah.
if it works out that way,
But I mean, you
which
know,
is crazy.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but then they'll be good. I mean, the
We're fine.
16-year-old might need some more help, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll look after him.
There you go.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
You'll still be valued.
So you're not afraid of disappearing into the void?
I guess I don't know what that.
Like you'll become insignificant, I guess. I
I
don't know.
already feel kind of insignificant as far as like technology is concerned.
Yeah, I think we're in
Like
a weird.
I'm really behind the
we're
ball.
in a
on
weird
that.
generation
Yeah.
because we're, I think, tail end Gen X, sort of beginning millennial, right? So we're in that Gen X, which is like a weird generation,
Yeah.
right? So like there were no computers for me in high school. I took typing,
Yeah.
Things like that. But in college, computers came in. So I think like we had kind of the best of both worlds.
Well, and Game Boy
Yeah.
and video game
Our
systems
childhood
and-
didn't have any cell phones or anything like that.
No.
But
Pagers were
Yeah.
big
In
at
my-
one point.
I think my first cell phone, I was in college.
Technology really like boomed
Yeah.
during
So
our
I think we
entire
know
lives.
both. I think we.
Well, we know Atari, but we also
Yeah.
know Sega Genesis.
So I
but
think
we
it's
also know
kind of the best generation to be born in because you kind of know that innocence of childhood that is completely gone.
yeah,
That playing outside till it got dark.
yeah.
Now you can call your kid and say, come home. But then it was like, oh, we better go. It's getting dark.
The light,
Yeah.
when the light was on, we had to come home.
And just that innocence of being lost and needing to run home because someone was going to call you, right? That's such a foreign concept.
And it's funny that you bring up innocence. I know this sounds funny to talk about this as far as innocence is concerned, but when I guess, I don't know if they went back on it, but Playboy stopped printing their magazines.
Oh.
Everything became virtual.
It's online?
Yeah, and part of me thought that was such a bummer because I remember being younger. If you got your hands on a Playboy, that was gold.
Under your mattress?
And there was something innocent about Playboy. Now you can find any depraved thing online.
Put on a virtual reality headset and be there yourself.
Yeah, well,
I've never done that.
but okay.
I've never done that.
Okay. Well, that's none of my business. But I'm trying to say
Whatever.
pictures of naked women are very innocent in comparison to what you can potentially find
Yeah.
online.
Oh man.
And that's what I mean. So now it's not, there's finding a Playboy was just finding gold, but now it's
Print
it's
your
so-
own gold.
That's gone. Yeah,
so
commonplace.
easy
Yeah.
that there's no
Well, now you have a computer in your hand
Right.
from the age of,
right.
I don't know, 10, 12.
and having a son to wherever his road will lead him, to trying to teach him about sex and not to feel ashamed of sex and that sex is a good thing, but at the same time don't do it until much later. So it's kind of
Yeah,
finding
so
the
I think,
balance.
but yeah, you're right. There's some technology that I'm just why are we doing this? This is stupid.
Yeah.
Or this is just too much.
Yeah, it's too much too quick.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
so there you go.
that's what we have to say as old people.
Are you worried about losing professional value as you get older?
No.
Um,
You mean
at your
in our
job.
jobs? No.
no.
Not my current job. And as far as acting,
You can act till you're dead.
there are different roles to embrace. That's something as an actor, because actors can be very vain.
Uh-huh.
So to allow yourself to
Oh,
let
really?
to allow yourself to let the ingenue, the leading romantic lead go away and all that stuff, and kind of find new roles and stuff like that.
I mean, I think for me, in my profession, I was always on the young side of accomplishing what I was doing. I was promoted very young. So people were like, you're too young.
Yeah.
So I think now I'm at the age where maybe most people would be in my role,
Yeah.
but I've already been in it for a little bit. So I think maybe in a couple years I might be like, oh, it is weird to now be where you're supposed to be in your age instead of always being the younger one.
Yeah.
Because now you see younger people and you're like, oh, they seem young.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I don't ever feel I think in some careers you could be too old, but I don't think. But
Yeah.
sometimes with wedding planning, I do sometimes think that, because at a certain point, do you want to hire an old person to plan your wedding? Can you relate to them on that?
Do you ever feel self-conscious about not being married yourself?
No.
Okay.
But I do think that I think I look young for my age, so I think that's not a problem now. But in 10 years, will a 24-year-old want to hire me because I'm old.
Well, they might not hire you specifically, but your name.
Well, and that's what I mean.
Your
like
company
their
growing.
mother might want to hire me.
Well, and their mother 9 times out of 10 will be paying
Well,
for
that's
it.
true. So my thing is like, to get to a point where you have people working for you who are now that age that they can
To bring
relate.
in different perspectives and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I
Exactly.
think wedding planning is one of those things where age doesn't matter.
Yeah,
like
I
if you're
kind
good
of
at
agree
planning
with you.
Well,
weddings.
that's true. And if you're established, then that's great.
Yeah.
You can't. I don't know. It might be hard to start out at 50.
But you're not.
No, I know,
Okay.
to be a wedding planner, because
Yeah.
then it's like,
People still listen to Martha Stewart about home
No,
decorating,
you're
They
right.
do.
home
Yeah.
stuff.
And
You're right.
you and Martha Stewart are
we're
very
like the
much
same.
alike.
We're
Yeah.
sisters.
You
Both
like
went
the
to
same.
jail.
Right.
That's not true.
For tax evasion. Boots? Which,
Oops.
oh.
So obviously number 4 is not enough money. I feel like that's a
Who
fear.
the
at
hell
every
has
age.
enough money?
Yeah.
There's
I mean, I wish I could, be able to do some things more freely, but
sure.
yeah, I don't. But again, I'm single. I don't have to worry about tuition for kids
Right,
or
right.
anything like that. So I think, but you're right. Not having, because, when I live in my house, everything I pay for. Like when you're married or living
Yeah.
with someone, rent, mortgage
It's
can be
split.
split if you're both working.
Right.
But no, I never.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel like I've always been pretty good with money
yeah. Ashley's great with
since
money.
16. Yeah.
So Ashley's much better than I am.
Most people make out. What's this saying? Outmake their mistakes or something like that.
What do you mean?
Financial mistakes.
Oh.
A lot of people are stupid with money, but they make
Yeah.
enough money to make up for the mistake.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I think nobody ever has enough money. I think
No.
you always push your limit. Like you live outside your means a little bit.
Yeah.
But you're right. At a certain point.
Well, and also I think that's sort of part of being alive.
Yeah.
I mean, you're working, you shouldn't just be working to pay your bills, because what's the point of living then? I mean,
Yeah.
you need to have some fun. I mean, you don't want to not pay the electric bill but go out to dinner. That's not smart. But, every once in a while you go to Target and you're like, wow, I'm wearing it. I saw this shirt and I wanted
That's
to
your
buy it.
idea of fun.
Yeah, right.
That shirt.
I normally don't buy clothes, not usually. Most of my clothing is purchased for me. so this was,
Yeah. No, you're right.
but that's part of the fun
Proud
of
of
being
you.
alive.
On that note, I shared this with Ashley and Sarah. There's a container store
Oh, yeah.
opening
Oh,
in Annapolis.
At the mall.
So that's going to be a problem.
I don't understand.
Yeah,
your
I don't get it
Women's fascination with boxes
containers.
and
I don't get
Have
it
you ever
either.
been to one?
It's just a store of empty things.
Well, let me ask you this:
All right, well.
if you organize things and I can't find any of them, is it really organized?
But
Interesting.
Can she find it?
Oh, she's not always here.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe you should learn where things are.
It's too much.
How
anyways.
many containers can one person have?
A lot.
A
So
lot.
you actually love the idea of containers.
Yeah. I want to get containers for my food. I want to get Lazy Susans, but I haven't been able to go because it's
We're
about
gonna go over
45
and
minutes
visit
away.
her, and she's gonna be.
She's gonna be in a box
container.
herself.
She's gonna seal it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
it.
Sarah was talking about it. She's very excited.
Yep.
Ashley's excited about it too.
The end of May.
Thank you for
You're
welcome.
introducing this.
Huh?
This year?
Yeah.
Wow.
The sign's up, I heard.
It is in the mall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where Lord and Taylor was.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Oh.
There you go.
It's a lot of
exciting.
fucking
Thank
containers.
you, Container Store. If you want to be
Jesus
our
Christ.
I
sponsor.
can't contain my
I can't
excitement.
contain my excitement.
All right. What's the next one?
Being on my own.
No, I'm on my own now.
Yeah. So you don't feel that at all?
Something happened to you guys?
Well,
Or just as I get older being on my own?
yeah.
I mean, maybe sometimes I think about it.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'll be on my own forever.
And also, I don't think you're, you do have the gift of a larger family.
Yeah.
So.
But no, I don't think I'll be alone forever.
Yeah, but eventually my family will get big enough and I'll just go away from all of you.
Okay.
All right. Well, I won't do that to you.
Good luck to you.
You'll always have a place at the table at my house.
Who knows? You may be back on your couch someday.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Who knows? You're a dick.
No.
But no.
You'll
Do you
never
feel
be
that?
back.
What was the question?
Being alone?
Being on my own?
No. I mean, there are times where, like our house seems to have something wrong with it every day. And
Honestly, I would say it's more of a fear for females than males.
yeah.
Because I think studies show that male dies first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're
So-
right.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I think if I'm like 70 and alone, that could get, because we saw that with grandma. Like, it's just depressing. I do kind of, not fear, but like not want to be the last one of,
This is the second time you brought that
like
up.
the 6 of us.
You won't be.
Yeah,
But
and
I
also
think
I
I
find
will be.
you're
I
the
don't think-
oldest. What makes
I
you
know.
think that?
I don't know.
Okay.
You've already had stuff taken out of your body. So
A gallbladder. Not like my heart.
Well, that's next.
Yeah, no, I think that might be sad.
The odds are in your
No,
favor
I know.
that that's not
No,
going to
the
happen.
odds are for me.
Yeah.
Unless I think I'm going to kill you all.
Careful. If you keep mentioning that,
I know.
we have a brother. He'll take you out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
All
do
right,
have a
that'll be
brother
good.
that'll kill you.
That's fine. Not now, but yeah, I'll tell him to kill me if it looks like I'm
Yeah.
going to be the last
If
one.
it seems like you're really healthy,
Yeah.
just have him take you out.
Good. I'll call him later.
Well, here you go. The 6th fear: dying early or long-term sickness.
I think like
Yeah.
dementia or Alzheimer's.
I think long-time
is scary.
sickness scares me more than dying early.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we've seen people die of
Yeah.
cancer and dementia and
Yep.
and that's no good. That's a terrible way, I think, at any age, right? Because Mike was in his 30s.
And even more horrible
Uncle
for the
George
people that are
was
watching.
in his 40s.
Yeah.
Grandpa was 70s. Grandma was 7. So, and our grandmother with dementia was in her 90s. So, like, it's never easy,
No.
I don't think, to live with that.
Or to
But-
yeah.
I do think there's something to be said about, no, not everybody, but at a certain point kind of accepting, but it being harder for the people around you,
Yeah.
Like, I feel like with Michael, to an extent, there came a point closer in
Yeah.
where he kind of knew what was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And he did say, like, I feel bad for you guys.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But it depends on the person, right?
Yeah.
Some people come to terms with it. I don't think some people do. So I think that's bad.
That would be
Yeah.
kind of a scary concept to not, to face your own mortality, I think is
Yeah.
something that's,
I think any age you
Yeah.
can be scared of that. But I
Sure.
think if like
not knowing is a
yeah,
gift.
but if there was like an accident and you died, I feel like I'm not afraid of that because you don't know.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah, I
that's
think if
a-
you think too much about it,
No.
you get inside your head.
Yeah.
I don't think
you know.
it's healthy to think too much
Yeah.
about it.
I'm sorry,
You
I almost
never-
made you cry.
No, you didn't.
Oh, you look teary.
I thought I was going to cry too.
I almost did.
No.
Okay.
So that's you. Don't think of me.
Anyways, I
Don't
did good,
cry.
guys.
Yeah, you did good.
You did good.
I did good.
No, I think that's a much longer conversation.
The other fear was the future of my kids. but
Okay,
you
well.
don't have any kids. And yours is a baby.
Mine is a baby, yeah,
But I fear for the future of my nieces and nephews. Not fear, but
with their parents.
like no.
oh,
But even just like the world, right? Like
Yeah.
there's so much crazy stuff. Like
but I feel this next generation of children that are being born now are hopeful. Like them.
Maybe.
Obviously, they're my children, my child. So it's easy for me to be like, yeah,
But I feel like it's sometimes the culture. Like, everybody is, everybody gets a trophy. Not everybody is good at everything. That's okay. And I think that's the problem we have now.
But I feel like that really falls on parents.
Well, no, I think you're right. I think it's
I think that stuff comes in waves.
Yeah.
okay.
Like
I don't know if there was ever a time before then that people were getting participation trophies.
back
Yeah,
during the
but-
Great Depression.
No, yeah.
Yeah, but
Here's a potato. Good luck to you.
yeah, but think about it. If my son played a group sport and he got a participation trophy, it's like, okay, you participated and you got an award for it. That's great, but there are other reasons why you should be
No,
rewarded,
you're right.
and that falls on me
That
as,
falls on
as
you.
his father.
But
to
I
teach
think
him
that's
that.
not.
That's true.
But the problem is he might be that way, but there's a lot of people who use that as, yes, you are the best. You are terrible at. The kid could be terrible at soccer, but his parents convinced him he's good.
I was terrible at soccer.
And so then
Losing is very valuable.
It
yeah.
is.
Then in
So-
20 years, when he doesn't get a job, it's like, what do you mean? Why didn't I get it? Or I'm 22, I should make $100,000 a year. No.
Yeah.
No, Johnny.
Okay, John.
Shut up.
The way to become a winner is to stop being afraid of losing.
Yeah, I
I
feel
mean,
like
and it's hard. It's
there's
hard
a
to
lot
fail
of-
at something.
well, to fail at something,
Yeah.
to not have a prayer answered, to there's all these different things which we view as negative
Mm-hmm.
because they go against what we perceive as positive. But in a lot of ways, the negative leads to the positive.
That's how you learn.
That's how you learn.
Yeah. And I mean, you don't have to be the best at something, but it's your like determination.
Yeah.
Like when I played basketball,
Yeah. That's true.
we were terrible.
All your fingers at one
Yeah,
time were
we
all
were
jammed.
terrible. We never won because I was the tallest. So, but I always put 100% effort. And yes, I jam all my fingers
Yeah.
one time. But like I felt like that was a valuable lesson. We didn't win, but we never gave
Gave
up.
up.
Well, and I think, yeah. And I think
And I
the
couldn't
same-
bend my fingers.
Yeah. And I think the same could be said for performing and acting.
Yeah.
You know, you get to a point in your career where you have a choice to make. And at the time when I made the choice to step away professionally, it was because I was in a relationship. I wanted more stability, more security, and I don't regret that step away from that. But the whole idea of acting and performing, I can still do it.
Yeah.
So like that feeling before you go on stage, and I can only speak about this for live theater, but that feeling of being able to go on stage for the sheer love of it and not to pay my bills or anything like that.
Right.
Yeah.
There's something to be said for that type of freedom, and I think that's a gift. And
It's a solid. I mean, you have to put yourself in a very vulnerable
Yeah.
state.
Yeah.
And a lot of times you have to do that and be rejected for it.
Yeah.
And then go up and do it again.
Bingo. Yeah.
So,
It's true. It's all about trying to find, you know, there were many times I auditioned for something that I gave an awesome audition, but I didn't get the role. But I felt good about my audition. Like, I kicked ass in that audition. It wasn't really about getting the role. I mean, I didn't have any hot water for 6 months then, but still, it was just the fact that it was a good audition. I felt good about
But
it.
that's
Yeah.
what I like hearing, like reading about people who became famous later in life.
Yeah.
Like, I can't even think, but like
Harrison
even if
Ford.
Harrison
Yeah.
Ford, or like
Yeah.
even there's people like that invented things in their 50s, and it's like, well,
In their 70s.
these
and-
people
yeah.
went through so much, and they really had to fight, and then they got rewarded, and you think they're probably better people than
Yeah.
somebody at 14 who becomes a movie star, right?
They might
that's
not,
why
they might be better to handle it later in life.
well, but
than-
that's why they become sometimes child actors or
they
a little
become
nutty.
drug
Yeah.
addicts or become
Yeah.
more
So
dependent. 'cause
like
they
I
can't
like
deal
to
with
read
it.
that
Yeah.
when you're like, oh wow, like
And that brings me back to the whole older father feeling.
Yeah.
That when you start to feel that way of insecurity, you say, okay, but I couldn't have been this available and this
Yeah.
stable for him if I was to
Well,
have him in my 20s.
I mean that's a good way to
Man,
look at it.
What a mess.
Yeah.
That would be.
Yeah.
That would have been a big
I'm the
mess.
same way.
Yeah.
I can't.
No, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and then it's just all about you taking responsibility and taking steps to have that not happen.
Yeah.
That's true.
All right.
That's
Hour
the
mark.
questions. Wow. They go
Hour
faster
mark.
and
They
faster.
go
We didn't
fast.
even argue.
No.
Maybe we
but
should have a quick argument.
you fuck.
Oh,
That's not
all right.
an argument.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's just name
Oh,
calling.
man. Any quote?
Yes, this is
The Pop's Corner.
yeah. I
The
got this
Pops
one
Corner.
from Katie.
Corner Pops.
So she said once she asked Dad, I guess she wanted to print something at their house.
Oh,
Okay.
does he have a printer? I have to print something.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she asked, do you have regular and colored ink? Like she was just wondering. And he said, yes. Their household is racially equal.
Okay. That was
So-
good. That's very woke of him.
There you go.
No, that's not. It's not very woke of him.
But on another note, he got his first vaccine yesterday. So
Yes.
let's give him
Good.
props.
He's on his
I
road to
managed
vaccination.
to get him and Mom.
The
their-
queen of the vaccines.
Good to see everyone get vaccinated.
Yep.
Yes.
So that was good. We were I was pushing to do that. So
Marvelous.
Maybe back to normalcy by summer. That would
Maybe.
be
Yeah.
nice.
Fingers crossed.
yeah, so
Hang in there, everyone.
I know.
We're gonna make it.
We're
Yeah,
gonna
I think-
make it.
I think we're we're seeing the horizon.
Do you want to sing the outro?
What?
I think we should have a theme song.
For the outro?
Oh, just in general. I
Sing
mean,
it.
we don't need to have it now.
Thanks for listening.
To us. I can't
you, everyone.
sing.
We're
FYI.
gonna work on
Bye.
it.
Till next time.
Adios.
Once again, thank you guys for sticking around and listening to this whole podcast. We plan on releasing these on a weekly basis, so please come back. Be sure to follow wherever you are listening. We also have a YouTube channel, The Middle Aging Podcast, and you can follow us on Twitter at middle_aging. And in the future, there is potential for us to start live streaming these, so we will keep you in touch there. And then if for any other reason you need to contact us, you can reach us at middleaging1@gmail.com. Middleagingpodcast1@gmail.com. Once again, thank you guys, and keep on listening.